It was a turning point for me. It meant someone believed in me. Kathy was the victim of a domestic violence shooting at her home in Queensland 12 years ago. She was shot through the hip and needed major surgery, but she has been left with the lasting impacts of the injury. She was left in financial and emotional disarray after the traumatic incident and was unable to afford essential items like menstrual products. I was so demoralized and traumatized after years and years of domestic violence, and I felt so powerless, Kathy told 9 News. Com.au, read more. Women are forced to suffer in silence and just get on with it, but one day she received an It's in the Bag handbag from Share the Dignity, a charity aiming to end period poverty, which contained necessary hygiene and menstrual products. To me, that handbag was a statement of empowerment, she said. We got to choose our own handbags. When you're given something it's nice, but we were given a choice, and for us even choosing a handbag that was unconditionally given was a beautiful gift. It had products we needed, but the idea of choice, of empowerment. I'd never had a handbag, and it was the most beautiful gift. When Kathy was shot, she was an apprentice baker, and 12 years later she now works as a baker full-time with Woolworths. I've made it to where I thought I would never be, she said. For domestic violence survivors like Kathy, their financial situation can mean buying products like pads and tampons isn't something they can afford. Data shows 1 in 5 Aussie women have been forced to improvise on period products, and 50% admitted to wearing sanitary products for more than 4 hours because they didn't have enough to get by. The startling statistics of Australian women facing period poverty weren't well known to Townsville Fire basketball player Lauren Nicholson. Read more. Tracy Grimshaw farewells a current affair after 17 years as host. Not enough people talk about it, and it's something that when you have access or the funds you don't think about it too much, she told 9 News. Com.au, now we're aware of the statistics and how many people don't have access. It's eye-opening. In light of the alarming statistics, the Signet Women's National Basketball League, WNBL, has partnered with the national charity Share the Dignity to raise awareness about period poverty in Australia. Like Nicholson, the head of WNBL Christy Collier-Hill said the period poverty statistics were alarming and wasn't aware of how prevalent the issue is. I think in Australia it should never be an issue, she said. Read more. China caught up in new spat with Pacific nation. Collier-Hill said the partnership with Share the Dignity to raise awareness and funds is an important cause for the Women's League. We're all women, we have periods, we get it and feel the same, she said. It is a part of life, and our objective is to normalize conversations around periods. Share the Dignity founder and managing director Rochelle Courtenay said she hopes the themed round will raise more awareness about the crisis. I want to ensure there is not a single person in Australia who doesn't know period poverty exists. With the help of the WNBL, our voice will be amplified, she said. To combat period poverty, Victorian Premier Daniel Andrews has pledged to introduce free period products in public places if he wins the election. Andrews promised to install 1,500 product dispensing vending machines in public places like train stations, hospitals and libraries. Read more. Major retail chains accused of misleading customers over consumer rights. Round 4 of the WNBL will be the Fighting Period Poverty round starting on November 30th until December 4th. Throughout the round, the WNBL will be holding a donation appeal to raise $25,000 for a vending machine that supplies period products. Players will wear a Fighting Period Poverty t-shirt during warm-ups, and there will be period product donation boxes at all games during round 4. We're doing as much as we can to have an impact on a serious issue in our society, Collier-Hill said.